Well gang, looks like we have another mystery to solve.
So as you guys are doing your various activities and continuing on, Graven is going to return. Hold on one moment.
Was it him clicking?
Yeah, just...
Okay. This is preparation noise. Whoa.
And he's going to walk over to Hingman at the bar, and he's going to hand... It's a similar tome to what he brought up before. Not as big, but it's definitely sizable. And he's going to open it up and point to a page that just says "Island Job."
Hell yeah.
And he says, "How's that sound for you? Nice tropical getaway for your first job?"
I've never been to an island.
Well, I'd say this is a fine opportunity to break that streak, wouldn't you say?
Quite.
And he's going to come over to the rest of you. He doesn't interrupt the lesson that they're giving you immediately. He just kind of steps back and TK perception check, please. Actually, you know what? No, you're too busy with your crafting, so none of you notice this, but he just like grins a little bit, like he's happy to see that you guys are already fitting in and chatting with the others and just being, you know, geniable, nice guys. And once he finds a good moment for the two who are training you, they notice Graven standing behind you, and they just end their lesson, and they both give you a short bow from the waist, and just kind of move over a little bit and continue what they were doing before you guys got your lesson. And Graven is going to show each of you what he showed Hingman, the page on the book that just says "Island Job."
Can I try to get more information on the job out of him? Like, why are we going to an island?
Yeah, certainly. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the map so you guys have some reference.
No good. Okay.
So are you trying to persuade him?
Yeah, just to give us more info on the job, since all it says is island job.
So you're trying to be like, excuse me, you're trying to be kind of sly about it, but oh, I'm sorry, pardon me. He kind of just chuckles and says, "It's okay. We will give you as much information as we have." Now, the island job is one that we picked up a couple months ago. Fishermen around Angler's Island have been reporting fellow fishermen and people who work the sea going missing. And later their bodies are being found washed up on shore, not passing away from natural causes such as drowning or exposure, but sometimes with stab marks or strange symbols cut into them. It's an odd sign. From what I've dealt with before, I would hate for this to be some kind of cult activity or something darker than just a deranged murderer, but we need you to go out there and find out what's going on.
Do you happen to have a replication of the symbol that they seem to be, branded with?
He doesn't have anything on hand, but he tells you that most of the stuff that's carved into these people, it's not really like, it doesn't make sense. It's not something that they recognize as like letters or symbols. It's just weird, like as if somebody, like, you know how Zsasz, like Victor Zsasz from Batman, makes the tally marks on his skin? It's kind of similar where each body has just a different random thing cut into it. It's and not like a huge thing, but it's on there and it's noticeable. But the things that are cut into them are not the source, or are not like the reason that they died. They didn't bleed out from it. They somehow died, and they had this thing kind of cut into them.
Interesting. Do you have any leads on what might be causing this, or who might be causing this?
That's what you're for. I hand out the jobs. You complete them.
Well, This should be easy.
I kind of give like one last.
Well, gentlemen, if you'd like to follow me this way, we'll get you going.
I quenched the metal that I was working on, and one of the nearby unoccupied glasses, and pocket all of my tools.
Okay.
Did I have to do it? How much do I owe for that that ale I got?
Nothing. It's on the house. You're part of the guild.
Hell yeah!
Benefits.
Open bar.
Woo!
All right. But yeah, saddle up right behind Graven.
And he just he hands each of you a small armband, and the armband is adorned in the same colors that you saw on the banners outside. It's gold on red with the same symbol that you saw on the banners, and it just is to be worn on the arm to signify that you are members of the guild. Should anybody like townsfolk or something like that need to get a hold of a member of the guild, this is how they do that, with that signifying armband.
So we have to wear these armbands now?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
He says,
slipped
"Official,
mine over,
boys."
kind of the over the elbow joint.
I put mine over my head like a head bandana.
I put mine around my waist.
I put mine on the end of the handle on my hammer.
Can't do it.
He's going to advise you that you should probably put it somewhere where people can easily notice it, because that's what it's there for. It's like a cop uniform or something like that. Like, people are supposed to be able to see it to know that you're part of the guild and that you can help them if they need help.
On the wind, when I have my hammer strapped to my back, or when
Put it
I'm
on your
swinging
cape.
it,
Put it on your
it'll
cape.
put it on my cape.
On the back of your cape. Stitch it to the back of your cape.
I'll just put it on my arm like a normal person.
Normal person.
Joke's on them, I'm not normal. I miss my parents.
Okay, and then after that, he just sends you on your way. And I believe you guys wanted to do some shopping in the market districts before you actually take off from Hearthmount.
Do all of us want to get potions?
Unless somebody wants to be the potion mule.
I'm gonna
Potion
definitely
master,
carry
give me
potions
your
on myself.
strongest potion.
Potions,
Yeah,
potions,
I mean, I guess if one of us I mean, we can get the potions on our way out of town. Same place as always, correct? I guess.
Yep.
For the trip here, I'm gonna double check that map because. Map of Danlin. For us to get
perfect.
to that island, are we gonna have to potentially charter a boat? It looks like we might have to. I guess.
I love it.
Before we, or I guess when
Show it to the camera.
when we get to kind of
It might not be focused.
people
but
at the end or at the gates leading out of town. While we're buying potions, might I ask someone if the closest place for us to be able to charter a boat to get to Angler's Island?
So you actually ask the person who's working at the shop that you guys are at to get your torches and rope and potions and all that. And they kind of think for a minute. They turn and ask the other person working, and they both kind of come to the conclusion that the closest place to charter a boat that would be the quickest way to get you there is going to be in Gold Cliffs. But there are other ways that you can get to Angler's Island in a expedient fashion.
That piques my interest.
Yeah. What would expedite us faster than a boat trip?
They let you know about the teleportation circle available in Hearthmount. There are teleportation circles available in most of the capital cities in Danlin, and a few of the smaller places as well for ease of travel, especially for people of the guild, should they need to amass a greater force or something like that. That's what they're there for. That's ease of use for you guys. But it does have a monetary cost attached to it.
How much we talking? How much we talking?
I guess, yeah, how much are we talking, and does the price differ from destination to destination?
In person.
Is there...
Actually, yes. How far you are traveling with the teleportation circle will determine how expensive it is.
Are we able to use this teleportation to get to Angler's Island directly, or is it something that we're going to have to, meet halfway?
There's not a teleportation circle on Angler's Island, so you couldn't get to the island just with the one jump, but it would get you a lot closer. It would take you to, yep, the Crimson Grove. You are
Okay.
So we can take a boat from Crimson Grove.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could charter a boat once
Yep.
we teleport to Crimson Grove, and hopefully we'll be able to make it to Angler's Island in due course.
Can we put this on the guild's tab? And pay
Nope.
it back later.
How much is it per person to use the teleportation services to get to Crimson Grove? I suppose that's something we'll have to find out.
Sorry, hold on.
I guess do they know how much it would cost per person to get to Crimson Grove, or is this something we'll have to inquire at the actual teleportation service?
You'll have to actually inquire at the teleportation circles. These guys don't know exactly the prices. They can give you just off the top of the head estimates, but they're probably not going to be that correct.
I guess.
How much were potions again?
Yeah. Do they have the same quality of stock? I mean, are they still the same standard potions?
They do have a decent amount of standard potions. They also have a couple of potions of greater healing.
Ugh, I'll take one of those.
I'll take one of those too.
I'll take one of those.
Okay, potions of greater healing are going to be 2d4 plus 2. So the regular potion of healing is 1d4 plus 1. The next level up is 2d4 plus 2.
How much does that cost?
How much do they cost?
For the regulars, 2 a pop, and for the greater, 5 a pop.
Okay, I think I'd like 4 lesser and 1 greater then.
I'm just getting one greater.
Just the one?
Okay, so mark down your gold and your inventory that you have your potions and all that.
I want 4 lesser and 1 greater, but can I try and persuade him to cut me some sick deals?
We're in the guild, man.
You can certainly try.
I show him my headband.
Okay.
It was
So,
1 gold.
Well, fine,
For the
sir.
ones?
Or lessers, yeah.
Okay.
We just got a shiny new quest from the guild, for which we, as
Show off
you
your
see
belt.
here, look at my belt buckle.
Your
And,
stout tummy.
We are going to fight for the greater good of this land, and I was wondering if maybe you could find it in the kindness of your heart to cut me a deal on your
Sweet recording staff, Adam.
on your sweet on 4 lesser potions and 1 greater potion. Whatever you could give me. I rolled a persuasion.
You also rolled an attack before that.
Oops.
No, you persuaded, but you weren't very persuasive.
So as you kind of talk to him and wave your quarterstaff in his face, no, I'm kidding. You give him that little speech, and he just raises an eyebrow and kind of squints the other eye at you and says, "Sounds nice. Job from the guilds. Good for you. No discount."
I'll buy 2 lesser potions and 1 greater.
So how much?
Okay.
2 for the regular, 5 for the greater.
It was 1 for the regular, wasn't it?
2.
2?
2.
2 for the
okay.
regular.
Gotcha.
Didn't he say lesser though? Or is that just regular? Like lesser?
It's just like regular. There is no
I
lesser.
gotta take away 4 more gold. There we go.
Do they have anything other than heal potions?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get like a pouch of caltrops or something.
Just like the shit you throw on the ground.
Yeah, the little spiky. They're like jumping jacks. Or not jumping, jacks.
Jacks,
But
yeah.
they're actually sharp.
I'll buy. How much for 30 feet of rope? Or do they have like specific units that they have in?
You can buy the rope in lengths of 10 feet. So it's 1 gold per length of 10 feet. So if you want to buy 30 feet, it's 3 gold.
Okay, I'll do 3 gold. 30 feet.
Okay.
Yep, so.
I'm good to go. But you guys?
Yeah, I guess.
So we're all set.
Okay, so you guys are all done with your shopping. Sean, didn't you want torches or something like that?
I don't know. I still got like 6 torches. I think I'll be fine.
We only used 2.
Okay.
I still got candles.
And you know that the Dragonborn in your party is pretty good with his hands. Maybe he can make you some caltrops if you ask him.
I was actually gonna ask him to make some sort of flashbang.
Boom, dude. Flashbang.
I'm not familiar with the term flashbang, but you know,
It's chapter what? Of Hard Contact?
I don't believe they might have the ingredients that we need here potentially, but
Possibly not, but if my retainers are able to find us, we might be able to get the materials from them.
I'll write it on my to-don't list.
Come on now.
If we return and we're able to maybe convince Graven to give me a workshop, I perhaps could maybe flex my creative muscle and see if we can't get ourselves properly equipped.
Fair
Now,
enough,
though, I
fair enough.
think we will have to do without.
Fair enough.
I've
Gone with
traps on my notepad. This is my ye olde notepad of things to craft.
all right.
But yeah, I think that's all of the shopping that we're needing to do.
Mhm.
So you guys leave the shop, and following the directions of the shopkeepers who told you about the teleportation circles, you follow the roads and paths through that run through Hearthmount and get to the very center of the city, where a lot of the government buildings are. You see a large pagoda-like building. It's somewhat like the old Greek and Roman observatories, with the rounded dome on the top, usually carved from marble, with pillars beneath it supporting it, and enclosed walls or solid walls behind that. But it's a very pristine, white, kind of shining building.
It's like a astrology,
Yeah, is it
or like a Capitol
planetarium?
building.
I'm assuming it's just a very large, official-looking government kind of type building, but
Mystical in nature.
Are there any guards, or can we just walk right in?
There's no guards, but there are 2 large wooden doors at the very front of the building where you guys are, so you can just enter and see what's in there.
place my hand on one of the big doors and kind of lean into it and just push open the door.
Is it open?
And with a it swings open. The large iron handle kind of clanks on the other side with the movement, and you walk into a room that is fairly well lit for being a completely enclosed room. There are many torches in sconces on the walls, and braziers around the room as well to give it lighting and some heat. There is what seems to be a reception desk with 2 gentlemen sitting behind it. They are both currently writing in ledgers or writing on pieces of paper.
Knowing the amazing social graces of the rest of the party, I'm going to actually pick up the pace and be the first one to get to the counter, and I kind of give them a very low...
I'm taking my time. I'm just walking with my stick like a crotchety old man, just taking my sweet time.
One of the people, or one of the men, just doesn't look up, but just holds up one finger and like a just wait a second moment, and then he continues writing, finishes the line that he's on, places the quill down next to the paper, and looks up and, yes, may I help you?
Sir, we require services to travel to Crimson Grove. Might I inquire how much it's going to cost for the 4 of us to travel?
Let's see. Let me look. Traveling to Crimson Grove. There are 4 of you?
Yes, yes, 4.
Well, 3.5.
We should.
He's not amused. Like he's not displeased by the joke, but he just didn't find it funny. And he kind of just looks through. Crimson Grove from Hearthmount. That'll be 30 gold apiece, please.
Aye, but we are on a mission from the guild. Does that lie any?
Introduce ourselves.
We are a new band of adventurers with the guild.
Merry Marauders.
Yes. The Swift Guard.
We're the Swift Guard.
We have a pretty sick fucking crest we're working with. You check it out. I drew it up a little bit. Yeah. So, is there anything special you want from us, or that we can acquire from you?
I think what he's trying.
You can have a hearty good luck.
I think what my
We can give you a handshake or a wave if you'd like. A high five, maybe.
I'll take one. I'll take a high five.
Yeah, anything that's encouraging. I mean,
and
So whoever wants a high five can just walk by, and he will like not enthusiastically, but just like dutifully slap each hand. And he has to lean down to get to yours, Broadshow.
I do not go in for the high five because that is not fitting for one of noble blood.
I love gestures, so I just do gestures. Whenever I get the chance, I'll just do it.
I kind of slowly, begrudgingly give him as enthusiastically as him return a high five
For all of us.
that's what I asked.
And one more for the Dragonborn.
Now you said it's 30 gold apiece.
30 gold apiece.
There you go.
Let's hope we're getting well
Teleportation
paid for
is
for
not.
this.
Can we make that a bit kinder at all?
What do you mean, kinder? They're
Kinder
not
on
mean or anything.
Kinder on our satchels.
Does this
I mean,
teleportation?
this is why you gotta adventure. You gotta fund your adventures.
Might I ask, does that 30 gold cover the return trip, or is it just a one-way fee?
If I do that.
It does. It covers both to and from.
I nod, kind of feeling the pain of it.
But that is only for if you guys are going, like, if you're going from Crimson Grove back to Hearthmount, you don't have to pay anything. But if you're going from Crimson Grove to a different location, then different than the one that you first arrived from, you will have to pay a different fee.
We don't have any, and there's no return on the ticket, so
Yeah.
I understand.
Nope.
I already threw mine down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I fork over my 30
Mine's
gold.
passed over.
I already marked it.
Got 8 gold.
Already marked it.
Already marked it.
It's 113 minus 30.
Hopefully I'll be able to hawk.
113
Dang,
minus
farmer
30
boy over there.
is 187
Some shady dealings.
113.
or 87.
Yeah,
It's 87.
but yep, we
It's
all
one
divvy
total
up,
of 87.
We all divvy up our gold and pass it over the counter without a fuss. You can tell.
He just very quickly sweeps it off the counter, places it in a small, it's like the size of a jewelry box, like a small chest that is behind the counter, and says, "Very well, follow me, please." And he gets up from where he's sitting, and he has to exit because the desk is a U shape that completely separates you from them. So he has to go through a doorway behind him, and he exits out of a hallway and appears out of a doorway located to your left. The entire room that you're in right now is like the central kind of it's like a Grand Central Station or something like that, like the place where you would find your connections and your departures and all that kind of stuff. So he's going to lead you through another set of large doors to an offshoot of this room, and where you end up, he lights a torch located on the wall to light the room. You see on the floor in front of you a large circle, probably about 20 feet in diameter. There are runic symbols carved into each stone that makes up the outer edge of the circle. They're sort of a dulled, but they are glowing, a bluish, whitish kind of hue, and they're just very softly pulsing.
I would like to step onto the platform, I guess, and ready myself to get atomized.
You step
And
on.
I'm assuming everybody else joins him up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Step
Unless
on.
we go in, do we go in one at a time, or
I'm
think
assuming
we
since it's
we
so
can all
large,
just-
we probably all can get
we can
on
all
there.
just go?
We'll all get
I
started.
kind of, stepping onto the platform once we're all on there, I'll just look at the guy and I just whisper, energize.
Under your breath.
And as you all step onto the teleportation circle, you see him kind of nod, give you a little wave, and then he closes his eyes, whispers something under his breath, gives a little circular kind of flick of his wrist, and you all, just like very similar to Star Trek, you all just kind of turn into a column of light kind of stuff that has the same color of whatever clothes you or armor you are wearing, that then condenses into a smaller and smaller shape until it's so thin that it completely vanishes.
We vanished. Okay.
I hear a very loud vorp noise.
I hear a splorp.
I hear a glorp.
Squiggly D.
I hear a dorp.
Okay.
I hear a da 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 da.
And it only takes 2 or 3 seconds. You don't have a sense of traveling, but you just know that you're not in a physical place right now. After that small moment ends, you appear in another room almost exactly the same as the one that you just parted from, with another attendant on this side of the teleportation circle who welcomes you and guides you through the door and out of the building to Crimson Grove proper.
Kind of stomach is a little uneasy after that, but
Can I get the lay of the land? Can I see what we're dealing with here? Is this a new territory for me? Can I just look around, see what I see, what this place looks like?
Yeah, give me a perception check, please.
I toss one on myself.
I didn't hear both.
So stepping out of the building, right now it's currently about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is at a 40 degree kind of spot in the sky right now. The sky is starting to turn a reddish orange as sunset is slowly approaching. The city that surrounds you is surprisingly not crimson. It is a village that has been built into the side of a cliff. And the cliff extends upward, and it arches back down to the main center of the main continent of Danlin. This place is made up of mainly thatch buildings. There are some smaller buildings that are made out of wood, cabins, the like, but the bigger ones, the inns, the what might be restaurants, the community buildings are just thatch, simple buildings. There are many wooden platforms and scaffolding around this area. A lot of homes are either in the middle of a repair, or repairs are just beginning on some of these structures. There are docks and the scaffolding and the platforms lead downward from the outcropping of the cliff itself to the water. And on either side of this cliff, there are, as you can see, a couple of waterfalls that flow from a river and meet up with the sea.
Very scenic. Very scenic indeed. Is there any sort of a dock or I guess like a
Port?
Yeah, like a port or a wharf area that seems to get a lot of traffic at all?
Yeah, from where you are, and where you are on the map is basically where you came out. A lot of the most important buildings are on what is considered the quote-unquote ground floor for ease of access. So from where you are, you can't really see a whole lot of what is up above you of the village, but you can see further down as the platforms and stairs kind of wind their way down to the surface of the water, and there are docks with a various number of boats in different sizes and form, rowing boats, fishing boats, pleasure craft, one small galley. So that looks like it would be the place to find some transportation.
I think there's no need to poke about. Might as well make haste.
Get down business.
Agreed.
I guess we'll head down to the docks area and see if we can find someone.
We need a portmaster. Find a portmaster.
Yeah, see if we can find someone that seems to be
Port pie?
looks to be like in charge of the port itself.